He was one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history. His mesmerizing skills and athleticism captivated fans around the world. Following a successful college career at the University of Georgia, Dominique Wilkins was the third pick in the 1982 NBA draft, where he found his way to the Atlanta Hawks and would leave an indelible mark on the league and etch his name into the annals of basketball history. And today, we're headed to Birmingham, Alabama, to post up with a human highlight film. I'm Kyle Petty, race car driver, musician, speed enthusiast. I know where I found my passions in life, but I'm always curious about where others found theirs. And I've figured out over the years, the best way to get to know someone better is over a little food. So I'm hitting the road to catch up with some friends to hear their life stories, and you're invited. Pull up a seat and join us for this edition of Dinner Drive. Dominique Wilkins possessed a lethal combination of power, finesse, and creativity, which made him virtually unstoppable on the offensive end. And now, he's bringing that same high-flying passion we saw on the court to a new venture, an ownership stake with the USL champion soccer team, Legion FC, right here in Birmingham, which has allowed him to keep serving the surrounding communities through his work with the nonprofit KultureCity. Man, did I miss the exit or something? I mean, I don't see a roof on this place. This does not look like a basketball court to me.
No, it really doesn't.
So I don't think about you as a soccer guy. So what was your exposure and what was your draw to soccer?
Well, it came at the end of my career where I went to Europe and I saw soccer up close and personal.
Yeah.
The passion of the game, and this situation came up, and I've always been a soccer fan.
Yeah.
And so it was just like a perfect marriage.
I think it's a great day for the club. It's also a great day for Birmingham because we're obviously introducing one of NBA's greats, Hall of Famer, Dominique Wilkins, to our ownership group.
Why Birmingham? How did you end up in, what's your ties to Birmingham?
Well, the biggest tie to Birmingham is through KultureCity, dealing
Yeah.
with autism and special needs and sensory inclusivity and that sort of thing. So that's where it started for me, because we have our big gala here every year. And so I started to develop a nice friendship with the town, with the people, with the city. This is a great opportunity for all of us.
Well, I'm excited to be here. How about showing me around and explaining as we go the passion for soccer and what this place is all about?
Yeah, we can do that.
The sport I came from, we didn't have locker rooms. We just changed clothes in the back of a truck. But you really are giving me the tour here. This is pretty fascinating.
Well, yeah, this is really nice. You know, that we want to make sure the guys have a true home.
Yeah.
And so this is home for them.
Yeah.
Every day.
How close are you with these guys? Do you get a chance to talk to them?
I'm getting to know each and every guy as we bring this closer together as a unit, as a team.
What are the games like down here for the city of Birmingham to have a soccer team?
Well, the games are exciting. Fans are really starting to really get motivated and get into it, because you look at this being a young franchise.
Yeah.
In 5 years, they've been to playoff 4 times.
Yeah.
So these guys had a taste of that in their early careers here. You want to go out in the field?
As long as I don't have to run, I'll go with you.
No, we're both going to walk out.
Okay, we're going to
stand in one
That's all right.
place.
After you. You lead the way, man. What a beautiful place.
Oh, this is beautiful, isn't it?
Crazy.
Everything is like perfectly manicured.
Oh, what do we have here?
I want to introduce you to Jay.
Hi, Kyle.
Nice to see you, man.
Japes, how are you?
Good.
How are
good.
you doing? All right?
How you doing, Jay?
Good, very good. Welcome to our
Thank
stadium.
you very much.
And,
What an amazing place.
Yeah, and we're excited that, obviously Dominique can be here to show it off to you all, but it's a great place where we talk about all the time. Bringing a soccer team here has been really exciting. There's a lot of invigorated fans.
Every year that you play, the excitement of it, has it grown?
It really has, and it's because we're building kind of from the bottom up.
Yes.
We're getting players that stay with the team for multiple years. You have a core group of players, but then we've got great ownership. We've got local owners, and we've added some really superior people like Dominique that really know how to build the community around it, and that's why we're excited about it.
Listen, I was a Hawks fan because of this guy. So obviously, you're building superstars on the team that will integrate themselves in the community.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
And the great thing is this franchise has already had a taste of winning. And that's very important with the young team, a young franchise, when you can win coming out of the gates. So now you have something real to build on.
So we have a saying in racing that winning cures everything. Okay? Cures everything, man.
Does.
So What's next for this organization? What are your goals and aspirations moving into the next few years, into the next 5, 10 years?
To win a championship in the next, call it season, 2 seasons, to really get ourselves to the next level, continue to build from the ground up with our fans, because we got a great fan base, but we want to see them continue to grow, and that brings people into the stadium when you win games.
It starts with us. It starts with us putting the right people in place and giving them the tools that they need to make it all happen.
Guys, thank you so much for coming out. We're so excited to be able to show you our stadium, but I got to get back to the desk, get back to work.
But listen, I don't want to go to work. I'm ready to go to dinner. So I'm going with you. Are you driving?
I'll drive.
Okay. Wow, dude. I know you played ball in Italy. I don't speak Italian. What is this?
This is a Maserati Supercar.
Yeah, man, that's bad.
This car was made for tall guys,
Oh, no way. So it's made for you.
Yes, sir.
Jump in. Let's take a little ride here. I've never seen one of these. They've got to be pretty rare.
And the tune of only 900 in the country so far.
Yeah, they got to be rare. I'm not sure I want to put my feet in here.
Man, I got in there without hitting my head on that one,
I'm in.
If you was a great player in the state of North Carolina in those days, you don't leave the ACC.
That's right.
You do not leave it. And I was one of the first ones to kind of buck the system. And it didn't turn out well. Because they gave me all Fs on my transcript, bust the windows out to my mom's car, and I had a cross burning in my yard.
How much do you split your time, or how much do you think you'll split your time between Atlanta and here?
I think I'll be splitting quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Of course, Atlanta's everything, and the Hawks are everything to me. But yeah, this is becoming my baby as well. So yeah, I'll be spending quite a bit of time in Birmingham.
Well, listen, I like this car. I could spend the afternoon with you just riding me around Birmingham and showing me the sights, but I can't tell if that's my stomach growling or if that's the engine in the back. But I'm about ready to eat. But where are you going to take me?
We're going to go to Yo Mama's.
Yo Mama's.
It's a really good Southern restaurant, great food, and I am hungry, brother.
All right, man.
All right. Yo Mama's.
I'm ready.
Y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
Good.
All right, what you gonna get today, guys?
I'm chicken and waffles.
All right.
And that's the
You want
special?
wings or tenders?
Tenders.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Catfish fries and some coleslaw.
So this is it.
This is it.
Southern food.
Some of the best in Birmingham.
That's all I need to know. You may be our first international guest that we've ever had on Dinner Drive. You were born in Paris, so how long were you there?
I was there for my first 5 years of my life. We left there when I was 5. My sister was 6 at the time, and then we grew up in Baltimore, Maryland.
Now, I grew up in North Carolina, so I'm an ACC guy. Maryland is a hotbed of basketball.
Yes.
Lefty Driesell was there when I was growing up, I will say that. So what was your first exposure to the game of basketball?
Baltimore is huge street basketball, like New York and places like that. But that's when I got introduced to basketball by some of the playground legends at that time. I didn't play organized basketball till 10th grade.
Oh, no way.
Yes, it was all street basketball. So when I went to high school, that was the first real organized basketball. Yeah, you had referees in the leagues back when we was growing up, but it wasn't as organized as high school basketball was in those days.
At what point did you say, Dominique, I can do something with this?
Believe it or not, I knew at age 12
Wow.
I would be in the NBA. Because, I was the oldest boy in the family, and I've been helped take care of my family since I was 12.
Yeah.
And so I told my mom one day, I said, one day I'll make you rich. And I remember she patted me on the back, and I said, no, I mean it. So I worked from the time I was 12 to the time I was 18, and I bought my mom her first house, which that's the thing I'm most proud of anything I've ever done. So I knew at a very early age I was going to be a professional.
What for a 12-year-old kid clicks and says, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be that guy.
Well, I grew up in the projects, Baltimore, Maryland. at that time where basketball was everything. So I learned from those older kids, but it was people, and particularly one guy, took personal interest in me.
Yeah.
I said, "You're gonna be the first one to get out of this neighborhood." And he worked with me for a year or two and just helped me learn the game of basketball. And that's how I became pretty good at my craft.
You end up in North Carolina. I read about you in the paper in my hometown because we were in high school at the same time. And, you know, you had those all-state lists and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, high school basketball was everything in North Carolina. But I got there because I decided to leave when I was 16 from Baltimore because I wanted to try to help my family, find a career. So when I told my mom I was leaving, she said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going to go to North Carolina, try to find a career in basketball." And I got discovered on the playground the next day, because I was playing basketball with some kids, and when I finished playing, this older gentleman said, "Do you live here?" I'm like, "I don't know." He was the high school coach.
No way.
And that high school team ended up going 76-1 back-to-back state titles.
So it's Paris to Baltimore to Washington, North Carolina,
Yeah.
to the University of Georgia. Tell me that process.
Well,
tell me the process on how you ended up there.
I had signed, it was going to be either North Carolina State, or Maryland, because Lester Giselle was one of the first guys that recruited me.
Yeah.
Then I remember signing a letter of intent with North Carolina State.
Wow.
And when I signed with the University of Georgia, it's like all hell broke loose. And like, if you was a great player in the state of North Carolina in those days, you don't leave the ACC.
That's right.
You do not leave the, and I was one of the first ones to kind of buck the system. And it didn't turn out well. I mean, because they gave me all Fs on my transcript, busted windows out to my mom's car, and I had a cross burning in my yard. That was a rough time, you know. And I didn't go back for 30 years after
Wow.
that. And the only reason I went back, because my statue was being unveiled at that time. So after 30 years, I went back, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Because that's part of your history.
Come out of college ball, drafted by the Jazz, traded to the Hawks.
Man, I was dancing down the halls when that trade was made, you know. And so it was a blessing in disguise for me at that time. And so that culture that we were able to create in Atlanta still is like that to this day. You know, what we did as a team, you know, what I was able to do as a person in that city, man, it's just special. That's why I'm still there.
Instantly, you were just electric on the court. Man, your athleticism, the things you could do, the way you played. Did you feel you had to be different, or is that just the Dominique style?
I always felt I was different and had to play different. And one of the things that I wanted to show and prove that I was as good as anybody to play the game. That was my mentality. And most great players would tell you the same thing, you know. And so I played to win every night. Some nights weren't so good. Some nights was great. And that's the nature of competing. And I tell people all the time, if I had to go back and change something in my life, I wouldn't change a thing. Because it makes you who you are. And you go through a lot of ups and downs in your life, but it's how many times you get up that really defines who you are as a man. Michael Jordan was an assassin.
Wow.
Like playing against somebody who was trying to snipe you all the time, you know. He wanted to beat you at all costs.
All right, here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should have got that. Nope, I should have got this. I don't know where to start.
Well, I don't pick a place. I just grab what's close.
Look at these peaches, man.
So I drown my food in hot sauce, you know. I'm just...
Wow, man.
When I get back to Atlanta, I'm going to have to go for a nice long walk.
This is some of the best chicken and waffles I've had, and this sauce.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we've already established we're from North Carolina, but I want to talk about a North Carolina guy that stayed in North Carolina, Michael Jordan.
Well, all of us were supposed to stay there, you know. I didn't see Jordan going anywhere else but Carolina.
Yeah.
Of course, you knew about him. You know, he was a little younger than I was, but man, he was a phenomenon his senior year in high school.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw him play, we played them in a tournament. And the first time I had a chance to play against North Carolina, and the game was very close.
Yeah.
To the last 2 minutes, and this young kid named Michael Jordan took over.
Wow.
and he won the game for him. So it ended up being a close game, but that was my first real look at him up close. And I said, he's going to be something.
Yeah, yeah.
And he turned out to be a little bit more than something.
A little bit more than something. What was it like to play against him in the NBA?
Michael Jordan was an assassin.
Wow.
Like playing against somebody who was trying to snipe you all the time, you know. He wanted to beat you at all costs.
Yeah.
And so what that did is elevate your thoughts and your will to play even harder. Through our career, we averaged over 30 points a game against one another for a career. If you didn't play at that level, if you didn't bring the same type of mentality that he brought, you got embarrassed.
Yeah.
And as being the same type of competitor, I was like, hey, I know you're going to bring it tonight, but I'm bringing it too, you know. And so we had some of the greatest battles ever against one another. And I really enjoyed competing against Michael.
I want to talk about another guy from kind of that same period of time. Larry the Legend. What was that? What was your relationship like with playing against Bird and the talk?
You're talking about guys that's in the stratosphere of players. And Larry is one of those guys. When you play against the best players like that each and every night, you know, you don't get a chance to speak to them because we didn't speak to each other. We didn't shake hands. We want to know who the best was. Yeah. And we didn't start talking to one another till we retired.
Oh, no way.
No, we never, none of us interacted like that. But
I like that.
But Larry would tell you where he's going to hit a shot. Coming out of a timeout, he'd go to that spot, hit a shot. He backed it up.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, I just brought out the best in me. Loved playing against him.
Yeah. So at your Hall of Fame induction, who introduced you?
Dr. J.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Tell me about that.
The reason why, because I grew up wanting to be like Dr. J. And I said, life would come full circle for me if I asked him, would he introduce me in the Hall of Fame, how life would just be perfect. And he said, of course, I would do that.
Yeah.
And because I looked at him like a big brother. And to have him standing behind me while I was delivering my Hall of Fame speech was like heaven. And I still always give him the utmost respect and his props because he was the granddaddy of us all.
Yeah.
And still is.
So you've never really left basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You're still part of the Atlanta Hawks and part of that organization. What's the game like for you now to watch? How do you see the game?
Well, first of all, we have a great ownership that has embraced building something special in Atlanta, not just on the court, but off the court as well. And to still be a part of that landscape, being the VP of basketball, you know, being the brand ambassador for the organization is special to me.
Yeah.
You know, this is where it all started for me. Coming into the NBA and to still be there, yeah, it's a wonderful feeling.
The one thing I've had the opportunity to do is when I sit and talk to guys who play at your level. Mm-hmm. They look at the sport and they look at the game as a platform. And you've been able to use that platform for KultureCity.
Mm-hmm. You have to use your platform for something bigger than yourself. And that's being willing to give back for some of the stuff that you've been given. Yeah. You know, because it can't always be about us.
Yeah.
You know, because the world is bigger than just you. And being involved with people dealing with special needs, autism, PTSD, and trying to get, you know, the world to become more sensory inclusive is near and dear to my heart. And we've done so much great work that I'm just as proud of that as anything I've done.
Yeah.
And for me personally, that's part of my ability to continue to grow as a man. So yeah, that's all it's kind of intertwined.
Yeah. Let's finish this up. I got one more thing. It's a first for Dinner Drive. We're gonna do a lightning round. I'm gonna throw some questions at you and you're gonna throw some answers back. But I need to finish this. I need to be on a full stomach when we do it. We're gonna try a little lightning round here. So I'm gonna hit you with a few questions, real short answers.
Okay.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
Think of yourself as a race car driver. We're gonna do this fast, okay? If you hadn't played basketball, what would you have done?
Math teacher.
Math teacher. Best player you ever faced that I wouldn't think about, that wouldn't cross Kyle Petty's mind?
Bernard King.
Best game that you ever played, that you personally ever played?
Boston 7th game in the playoffs.
Big Larry the legend.
It was hot. It was hot in that place. But yeah.
Favorite city that you visited on the road?
I would say LA for the first time because, I had never been. Because, when you watch on television, you always see the movie stars, you see, all the things that are going on in the LA Forum, you see the actors, and everybody was in there. There was one guy I always wanted to meet, and that was Jack Nicholson.
All right, so I'm going to phrase this question this way. The number 2 and 3 greatest dunk artists in the NBA history after you.
I'm going to say Dr. J, and I always say Dr. because, again, he's the granddaddy of us all. And I'm going to exclude myself, even though I'm in the top 3. There's no question. But I'm going to say Vince Carter.
Oh, yeah.
And Michael Jordan.
No argument here. Here's the ultimate question. I ask all those just to get to this question. Favorite NASCAR driver of all time? I'm sitting right here,
Well, it's a tough question. But
right here.
I'm sorry, man. It's your dad.
Like I've never heard that.
Richard was the best,
Yes.
The second best ain't bad.
The second best ain't bad to Richard Petty.
Especially in the family, father, son. We'll take that.
I'll take that one, man. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you spending time with me today,
My
man.
pleasure, man.
I've enjoyed this more than you'll ever know.